Welcome to another great edition of Younger Life. Hi, I'm Rick Federici.
I'm Mary Anthony.
And with us, of course, in the corner here is our young Dwayne. What's going on, Dwayne Thompson? Woo! How are you?
Good morning.
You doing good today?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you make it through another crazy weekend or what?
I did.
All right. All right. Hey, Mary Anthony, what's going on with you, wonderful?
Oh, not much. It's a good day. I pull up, get here a little early, which is nice for me because that never happens. We all know. Usually I'm running in while the music's playing, for Younger Life. So I made it in a little early, and there were so many cars here.
Yep.
I said, we're having a party. What a
It's
great way to brighten a dreary morning. Although, it's really, temperature-wise feels nice out, but it's just one of those
beautiful.
mornings. It's kind of yuck out. But.
It's so great to be alive, though, I'll tell you.
Oh, I know.
I felt fantastic all weekend long. Had crazy gigs between the radio side of life and the sold out daddy daughter dances that 600
nice.
strong. 600
Wow.
strong. And when you've got Dwayne and Mary, when you've got folks in the crowd and you're like, everybody say yeah, and they're going nuts. Let me hear you scream.
Yeah, you'd love
and
that.
it just
That's so cool.
But it was cute because I tied in some of my Younger Life isms. I'm like, how many people are out there riding their bikes today in the crowd?
That's nice.
Kind of even throwing out the healthy stuff then.
That's nice. We tried to do a little bit different, trying to get my own, mentally, trying to get my 20 minutes into different things. Saturday I was telling Dwayne out there that we went actually to New Buffalo Beach. Although, you think beach, it was not that nice out. I knew there'd be no one there.
Of course.
We have, we don't have enough craziness at our house. My boys have a turtle. So the turtle likes to move rocks around, he's really fascinating to watch. So
is he a big turtle or a small turtle?
he's he's like this big.
So
He's
the size
pretty
of
small. He's like the size
A
of
16-inch softball.
Okay, there you go, Dwayne.
yeah,
It's 16-inch softball.
That's probably about right. I'm trying to gauge
A donut.
how big he is. No, definitely.
donut.
That would really be bad for you if you eat a donut that big because he's bigger than that.
Wow.
He's an African side neck, so he's cool. He doesn't pull his head in like most turtles. It goes to the side and under his shell. He always looks like he has a smile on his face too.
Because he lives with you guys.
Yeah, right. It's just the shape of his mouth, but it was really cute when we first got him. He came from one of our preschool teachers. They knew with my oldest son that they thought he would love him. And when we brought him home, my son said, he loves me. He keeps smiling at me. It was so cute. So we put up with the turtle who stinks, by the way. We change his stuff and he's just a kind of
When
a
you
pain.
say stinks, like what? Like a turtle?
Like turtles, I think stink. And
Okay.
I think we have fish too. We have goldfish in a separate aquarium because he would eat them. He's definitely a carnivore, but so of course they're separate. But I hate cleaning out like an aquarium and stuff. It's not really my thing. I'm much more into the dogs and the cats, stuff like that. But anyways, the turtle is fascinating, and he's in the boys' room. His name is Tuck, and he loves to move rocks.
What a cute name.
He came with that name, yeah. Tuck. He's at least 13 or 14 now because we've had him a few years, and yeah, so he does good, but he's pretty cool to watch, and he loves to move rocks. So and he'll stack them up, and he's pretty cool. So, but his rocks will stink. We change his aquarium about once a month, and they will stink. And so my husband gets so tired of it, we just throw them away. And so instead of buying them, a lot of times I buy them or we find them. They're like the bigger rocks.
Oh, sure.
I said it was supposed to be nice Saturday. Let's go to the beach and go find Tuck some more rocks. So we went and filled up a basket with rocks, and the kids had so much fun just climbing and running in the
take the
sand.
turtle with you,
I've never taken him to the beach.
That's what I asked
I
earlier.
would be way
Really?
too afraid he would get away because although turtles are supposed to be slow, he's quick. We have taken him out in the yard before, kind of let him walk around in the grass, but the kids, we're paranoid he'll get away, so instead they're all around him, and as soon as he moves, he's quick. So
Dwayne,
I've never taken him
I
to the
pictured
beach.
Mary and her wonderful husband and children on a leash, like the little turtle.
That would be funny.
Turtle.
Have it hooked
Come
to
on,
a
honey, we
shell.
gotta get jogging.
Yeah.
We gotta stay healthy.
That
huh?
would be funny. Move it, Tuck.
Woo, come
No,
on.
it's fun. It was a beautiful day. There were a few people fishing, but other than that, there was no one there. So we were able to just kind of run and go, and kids could throw rocks in the water if they wanted to. And, it was just fun. It was beautiful. And they were climbing up the sand and jumping off. It was just it was fun and a great way to get our little bit of time. And we were there just a couple minutes shy of an hour. And by then everybody was sandy and gross. And I had said enough times, get away from the water, that I
How did you do it? How did you really do it?
At first,
Come
I was
on,
like, don't go by the water. Then I said, what did I say? Get away from that water, I don't want you to get wet. The wind's whipping. It was beautiful, but it's still cold, especially on the water, So you don't want to be all wet and soggy, but it was fun. We had sand. The kids had sand in their shoes and their socks just from jumping. And it was a great day.
All right, so
we have our ladies here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on, Jackie.
Come on
Jackie,
in.
sit
Hi,
down,
Jackie.
baby. Woo! Come on.
Donuts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at
You
that
look great.
Beatles bag. Put it right up there in the camera. Go ahead. My young man in the other room, young Michael. There you go. Look at that Beatles bag. Holy
How
cow.
cool.
Very cool.
All you need is love. Where did you get that thing?
I got it as an early birthday present from Jenny. We're
Wow.
having a really bad day, and she brought in this box full of Beatles bags and cups and
Wow.
keychain.
Oh, neat.
And Sgt. Pepper's keychain.
Are you a big Beatles kid or what?
I don't really care for them.
All right, so
That's
we have
funny.
Jackie and Dwayne here in studio. One of the things that Jackie, Jenny, and Dwayne threw out to Rick Federici and Mary Anthony was, okay, you're challenging us kind of attitude, and we're going to challenge you to do whatever, maybe 20 extra minutes when you're out there. So this weekend, it was so beautiful. I did a double walk, guys. Big round of applause. Double walk early Saturday morning. When I say early, I mean like pre 5 a.m. Saturday. And then I did one post my gig, which had to be after 10. But I will be honest with you. I did bring with me on my second walk, I just want to let you know, my cup. And I just want to let you know, in my cup, I had water, which tasted a little different this time, but it was really good water.
Yeah, I was going to say water. I'm not believing that. I'm not buying that.
Basically water.
Everything in moderation.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, you look fabulous.
Yes, you do.
Thank you.
Jackie.
I'm going to go out and weigh myself and tell you.
Kind of
I
progress.
believe I have some results already.
I'm
in the 2
excited.
weeks.
Yes,
Before I
in
do
2 weeks.
that, when Dwayne was on, nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Dwayne, Jackie, oh my gosh, that's
Yeah, they
right.
were here the day after one another last time.
Oh, that's right.
You talked about noodles, zucchini noodles, eggplant noodles,
Eggplant.
which I do. My husband's a diabetic, so we do that too. You said that you wanted to try them,
Okay.
but
There's a but.
There's
no,
always a but.
there's gifts in here from Jenny and I, and just in case Jenny gets really late, we're going to go ahead and get one for you and one for Mary.
Oh my gosh.
I have that thing.
Oh
It's
my
awesome.
gosh.
I have one too. It's awesome. So that you guys
That
can
is so
minute
nice.
here.
you
Hold
guys
on, Lee.
can make your own.
Thank you.
Make your own
Explain
noodles.
this. Can you throw? Okay,
Yes,
you got a full
tell us.
picture up here. Let's throw these over here. I'm going to throw this into my cam. Can you throw my cam up there, Ryan/Mike? There you go. I'm going to look at it. Go ahead and Jackie, explain what this is.
It is a spiralizer. It will make noodles for you out of different types of zucchini, squash, cucumbers. I have a really good cucumber in peanut sauce recipe. And you just put it in there and you turn it and out they come. You
That
can get
is
thinner
so
ones
neat.
for more like a spaghetti.
This is
we
the
had
real
spaghetti
deal.
last night and we used it. And the other side is a little thicker, more like an Alfredo noodle. Mm-hmm. My husband is also a diabetic. And we use that all the time because
Well,
he can't.
thank
he
you.
stays
I would
away
love
from
to
the
try.
pasta
That's
and the bread.
exciting.
Can I just say we just got a ding from someone, Brittany, who's listening right now online in Chicago. She got off the South Shore and she goes, I was running to work to get there to listen. I can't believe we have one of these too.
No way.
These are called a Vegetti?
That's what they're called.
I
Unless
love
you're my
this.
husband.
Now, if you want to go guilty with those, you could take that potato, run it through that, and then deep fry it. And oh my God, is that a simple treat?
I can't
That's
do
probably
that.
anti-results.
Younger life.
After,
Wow,
You feel like a
that is
kid
so
for a little
neat. I
bit.
definitely want to try that. That is fantastic.
and then there's something you can grow in your garden, zucchini.
Yes.
There you go.
Wow.
We grow our own every year. And
Was
that's
it an
what we
adjustment
use.
for you? I have to ask when you went from typical pasta. Or was it very
It was
little?
not. When you do the zucchini, and it's like 3 minutes in the pan,
Wow.
you just saute it real quick, and I didn't really notice the difference. Now my son did.
Really?
He wanted that pasta, but it's not as thick. You know, it's not as heavy. It's
Yeah.
Explain
so it was
to
more
me.
of a
So
texture. That's why.
So you've got a giant zucchini.
well, now remember, you don't want to. You just want one that's going to be able to fit in that tube because you're going to turn that tube
So I'm going to take
Wow.
this
or turn the
tube.
zucchini.
So I'm going to turn the zucchini in
Like
here.
a pencil sharpener.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh! Is
exactly.
this? I am so trying this tonight.
I was gonna say I'm gonna actually try it tonight. That would be fantastic.
I would love to do this.
Exactly, and we use it for all those. You know.
Okay,
So
so
that's perfect.
So it says grapefruit, zucchini, squash, carrots, cucumbers, potatoes. I like them all.
Oh, yeah,
Would we
me
use
too.
red potatoes on this, or what?
If it'll fit in there.
Yeah,
You
they-
can whatever will fit in there for you to turn. There's also on the end of it there is a handle that will go into the end of your veg.
I am
Oh, okay.
so digging this.
And
Yeah, that's
And then
awesome.
what do
Thanks.
you guys use to cook the actual what comes out of it? So this is veggie spaghetti, and so it makes vegetable spaghetti.
So say you do the zucchini.
Right. What
you
spices?
saute it in what?
I saute it in a little olive oil.
Okay.
That's
Use
it.
a little olive oil, and then I season it up like you normally would, and
Put
like
sauce
I said, it's
and
like
meat?
3 minutes because you don't want to overcook it. Mm-hmm. You still want it to be firm. It's like 3 minutes, and boom, you're done.
Okay, Dwayne, talk to me because you've used this thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
I
you-
have. It's an interesting little tool, and you can just make it quick. It's just real fast. Hard squash is great in it, but I use it more for salad.
And so what do you do with
really?
the salad?
Just shred it up and then toss it on top of your lettuce and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you can take
That
different
would be
things like
perfect
carrots
in
and
both,
shred it
yeah.
down and
Great.
Right there.
big long
Okay.
stringy things, and it just it makes a fun texture on a salad.
Yeah.
I am so digging this. Okay, so Jackie
makes it a little more
left
hearty.
studio,
Yes, she's
the
gonna-
YoungerLife studio.
She's gonna check her own progress.
She's checking her progress. In other words, she's doing the weigh-in to
Yes.
let us know what's going on with it. I'm digging this.
Right, and if we're completely honest, the last 2 weeks I have not been as dedicated as I really need to be. I haven't been, and you know what? I always struggle with motivation and poor time management on my own. As I tell myself, oh, when I get home, I'm going to do 20 minutes or 30 minutes of this or that, and I just get busy doing something else and go, oh, it'll wait till later, and then later is the next day if I'm lucky. So I need to really get more dedicated. So it's nice to see her. She looks fantastic.
She does.
She looks full of
I could
energy
see
today.
in her. I
That's
could see it in her face.
well, I can see she looks much
Happier. Yeah.
and much more
Because she's working with us.
excited and
She's
and just
feeling
ready to
younger.
go. Yeah, feeling younger, absolutely. So
Well, Dwayne, you look
it's inspiring.
fantastic.
Oh my
too.
goodness,
You
Dwayne
always
has a
look
great
good.
story.
I went to the doctor Friday
Okay.
for my follow up, and from September 10th to Friday, it was 71 pounds total loss.
All
Is
right.
that is incredible.
From the
Incredible.
size 48 pants to a 42.
Wow.
But more importantly, the labs. You take a blood lab. Being a diabetic, they draw all that stuff, and I got the lab results. And the doctor's going to call me today, but I saw him already, and everything's. My A1C is 4.1.
Wow.
That's and all the cholesterols, everything. Nothing's running high. Everything's just steady. So my goal today is to con him into taking me off some of these medicines.
Wow.
And do you think
That's
that would
incredible.
be doable? I mean, do you think based
we
on
talked
what
about
you
it
know?
Friday, and he said, "Yeah, we can start a scale down, thing." So
Would they just take one away at a time or reduce the dosage? you're
reduce the
taking?
dosages.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
that would be-
awesome. And if they did that, how long before they would check a month, or would they
Well,
wait?
it'd go another 3.
Oh, okay.
Depending. And I reassessed my original weight loss goal was 100 pounds. And I'm going to make that further now. I think I'm going to switch that to 130.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I really do.
That's crazy.
Just knowing how I feel, and I can tell you how I look in the mirror, there's a lot more places to go here. So.
Yeah, but that's incredible. I mean, my
You know what, though? You
goodness.
should be very proud of yourself, as we all say, because
fun.
really, one day at a time. And I got to be honest with you, sometimes it's 1 hour, 1
It
minute at a
is, yeah.
time,
Yeah.
because you may get into a situation. A lot of us do, where you're with family and friends. I can't tell you. Even this weekend, I was with some people, and everybody was doing the bread with the Parmesan
Oh,
and the
yeah,
oil,
please.
and everybody's scarfing.
Well,
and I'm just like going,
we
I
had
can't
company
do this.
yesterday, and we had
Crazy.
pizzas,
Yeah.
all kinds of pizzas, and I did make sure that we had thin crust veggie pizzas,
Good,
and that was good. I still ate too much of it, but it was still good.
but you want to know?
But I
what?
tried to do a little better, you know.
tried.
I tried.
Absolutely.
We're
It
not
was
trying
good.
to be saints. We're just trying to
That's
be younger.
it. And just,
Right.
trying to feel better. And so
Okay.
give
You
us an
ready?
idea for some
Yes.
All
progress.
right. 8 pounds in 2
8
weeks.
pounds.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Look at her. She's smiling. Look at her. Woo, woo.
Yeah.
It's going. I cooked the salmon recipe
Yes.
Friday
From
the
Younger Life Live?
from the
Oh, Younger
website.
Life org. Yeah.
The wild Alaskan salmon.
Yes,
curries.
it looks-
And I did the portobello stuff.
That's the one I wanted
They
to
were
do.
delicious.
Was it?
Yes. And
Ooh.
for here today, I brought
Look at
the
this.
tuna dip
Oh, my goodness.
from
YoungerLife.org.
yes. From, this is actually from the cookbook, and I brought
Oh, yeah.
pepper slices to dip it in instead of bread.
I like the pepper slice. Look at this, huh?
Wow. You are, look at you. I love that you're not just,
And you have to like tuna. If
Yeah.
tuna's not your thing, you're not going to want to eat this.
What's in it?
There's tuna. I made the homemade sour cream, which is also in the Younger Life cookbook.
Right.
From the cottage cheese and the non-fat milk. I made that. And there's tuna, some green onions, a little bit of mustard, and the sour cream. Oh, and a little lemon juice.
Now, are you taking your husband on this ride journey with
Yeah.
My
that's a great
husband
point.
has actually been doing this for a long time
Okay.
because of his diabetes.
Right.
My husband was so ill with that and some of his organs that he was hospitalized for 4 months.
you? Oh, wow.
3 of
4
those months he
months.
was on a feeding tube.
Oh, that's terrible.
So he has always, he was the one that said, well, I can't have spaghetti. We've been doing the pasta for almost 4 years now.
I didn't even know that.
But I have not gone as far as all of this.
Yeah.
I am not Catholic. He is, so we do fish on Friday.
Right.
That's why I thought, okay, I'll pull that salmon recipe out. And boom, there you go.
There are a lot of good
Jenny!
recipes.
Woo! Ow, she's in the house.
Good
Sit
morning.
down.
How are you?
Good morning.
Doing good. Thanks.
Thank you for the nice gifts that you
Yes,
you
it
brought
was
for
so
us.
nice.
We love you to
Love the
pieces.
veggetti.
Oh my gosh, this is so. I can't wait to
I
try
said-
this.
I said I'm going to use it tonight.
I
am.
can't
I'm gonna use
wait.
it tonight. Now you
This
just
is
use
gonna
regular
be-
spaghetti sauce and meat with it if you're gonna.
Well,
okay.
I use no sugar added sauce, but again, that's really.
I mean,
not
it
for
won't
me.
make any
There's
difference
no-
on the quote pasta that
No.
it. Okay, that's what I was just making sure.
Man,
No,
do I
no,
love
no.
when this studio is full. I like taking pictures. I
And
love
it's
people.
Yeah.
just, it was just a stroke of luck because when I left here on Monday,
Stick Dwayne in there with them. That'd be
Hold on.
good.
Hold
Can't
on.
talk and smile at the same time?
yeah, I can't because I take a picture like Chandler Bing. I'm okay, and then the camera comes up.
I love that. I love that. That's funny.
But when I left here Monday, I was all pumped up, and then it was like the food gods were after me.
Yeah.
I take my son to martial arts. They're having a Fannie Mae candy bar drive.
Oh,
What?
I know.
Exactly.
I know. So in my house come 52 little demons hollering
Yeah.
at me at night, Jackie,
I know.
I'm only $1. And
I know. That's
A
terrible.
couple days later, my girl says Girl Scout cookies are here. I'm like, oh my God, what is
know.
what's going on here? But apparently I did okay.
And did you? Yeah, I mean, fantastic. 8 pounds.
8
Did-
I
pounds.
did
was
you
listening
get-
on my way here? 8 pounds. I didn't do quite as well.
Jackie,
Yeah, but
8 pounds.
still,
It doesn't
you know-
matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm like you, Mary. I have that issue with time management.
Right, I
because
feel-
I'm running constantly
That's
with
it.
one of 3 children, and if it's not one going somewhere, it's another. And
Yeah.
our running isn't just local. It's
That's
to
a-
South Bend or to
Yeah.
Valpo or a distance.
That's us too,
So,
right.
Traveling with basketball is not for the faint at heart. But
Absolutely.
It what it does for me is it gives me time while she's doing her practice. Now I can walk around the upper level of the gym. So
That's a
I've
good
figured
point.
out how to use that time to my advantage, and there are 1 or 2 other moms that I've kind of dragged along with me now.
That's really nice.
I'm not down 8 pounds, but I'm down like 4.5, 5.
Yes.
Hey,
Oh my God.
Down is down. I
That
got.
is
And for me,
incredible.
that's really just sugar coming out of our diets. And so what I did,
incredible.
and I've been really lax on the journaling, I'll admit that right up
Mm-hmm.
front. But what I did is I really concentrated for myself in that area.
The sugar?
And sugar. And then over the weekend, just kind of took a break from it and said, okay, I'm just going to eat whatever I want. And wow, did I feel the difference yesterday and today.
Really?
Wait,
Headache.
explain.
Huge.
Explain.
That's great. I'm.
So energy wise, it took a couple days for me to like get my body, I want to say, to detox from the
Yeah.
sugar. And even just decreasing the amount of sugar that's in my diet has gone, amazingly well. But those first couple days were rough. I'm not gonna deny that. So
They were.
headaches and crabby.
I work with her.
and, Yeah.
No, that's good though.
I was not a pleasant person for a few days there. But yesterday and Saturday and Sunday kind of took the break, like I said, and just went crazy with my family. And by crazy, I had like a scoop of ice cream. And wow. I mean, tired, sluggish,
Really?
not at all like I had been feeling the previous like week and a half.
I like that though,
So,
only because
huge difference.
I feel like at
Huge.
least it's real. You
It
know
is-
what I
it's
mean?
so-
And that's
it's
what I'd like
crazy.
to hear. Like to hear, yes, it does not feel good at first, but
No,
it will get better. That's what everybody says, and I
Yep.
find that that's where even just eating better, I can eat better. But for me, eliminating sugar is going to be a key thing, and it is, or at least reducing it, and that is a big. I don't have a crazy sweet tooth, but I find that I still. So much of my diet has sugar in it, and so
and
it's
it's
going to be
hidden.
really
You don't even
hard.
know that it's
That's
there.
it.
That's it. The processed sugars.
Yeah.
is
It's the natural
terrible.
sugar's fine.
Yep.
I can deal with bananas, oranges, any kind of fruit.
Right.
But I can't deal with it in my foods. And so that's where I've really kind of like the processed stuff. If you go and buy lunch meats or if you go and buy spaghetti sauce in a jar, even, I mean, that kind of stuff is really bad. Gosh. Unbelievable.
That to me is incredible news. That
Right.
4.5, 5 pounds, quite honestly, because people don't realize it is tough, to even get a pound to go off your body.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you this from
That's
experience
what I'm telling
personally.
you. I got on today
Well, you should
and
be
did not
very-
have any good news.
Well, she should be
No
really
good
proud of
news.
herself. Jackie, Dwayne as
Absolutely.
well. My gosh.
I
You're
know.
up another 6+ pounds because you were 65 when we chatted
Right.
with you.
Yeah.
Down, rather, yes. And then Jenny and Jackie. And I mean, just tweaking these things a little bit. You had said, and I just kind of want you to elaborate a little bit, when you were shaking your head yes, and a lot of people, viewing this right now on cam, you're going yes to the sugars. You have cut sugars out. Can you describe a little bit what you do? Because maybe some of your insight as to how you've gotten to be 71 pounds thinner, how that's working out.
The
Explain.
processed sugar is and natural sugars. I've done some more research for as we get older, the testosterone thing becomes an issue. So what part of the research is to be in that 30 grams of sugar or less a day, not a serving, a day. You're really doing your homework every time you step to the grocery store because it's impossible. And if you want to treat yourself once a week to that couple fingers, 3 or 4 of bourbon, it's a job, but it's actually quite doable. The meat thing is something that you really have to watch. Even the raw meats, when you pick them up, they're being processed, or they're being stored or packaged or vacuum sealed in a sodium sugar water. So there's just that hidden processed
And you
sugar
don't even know.
never even knew that.
You don't even know.
everywhere. It's everywhere. So you really have to. And now I find myself, if I find something, you have a piece of birthday cake, or you go out and celebrate with a couple of craft beers, that sugar, boy, it just pounds my head. I get a terrible headache. I get a hangover from the sugar, not from the
Really?
alcohol. Yeah.
Wow, that is a great point, because I wonder if that's the reason why sometimes, because I try to stay away from sugars. And like even today I was saying, when I walked in, Mike and Sherry,
Yeah.
who were here, and I was chatting with Ryan about this too, I brought my Greek yogurt in, which is the Greek yogurt. On the bottom, I put the pineapples, and I have my banana, and I have very specific things. I have my meats, but I don't use the bread because I'm trying to watch my waistline. Once a week, I may have the very thin. They're not the bagels, but they're very, very
bagel thin.
but they're wheat. And so I try that. I'll toast it. I'll put a little bit of whatever I want on there. Maybe I can't believe it's not butter or something, but I'll do that once a week. But that brings up a good point, because sometimes if you participate in something a little bit crazy where you maybe have a drink or whatever, I don't think it's the alcohol. Because if you're only having one margarita, for example, me,
Right.
I have one margarita.
Definitely shouldn't.
I
do
bet
that.
you're. I just realized that when you said that.
Well, we had that conversation the last time we were here. You can't have alcohol in a drink without sugar.
Right. I mean, alcohol
The
is
sugar in the beverage is what's causing the alcohol. So there's no such thing as a sugar-free alcoholic beverage.
Right.
It's impossible. It cannot be done.
So you're saying to me, and I'm just throwing this out there, and the ladies are laughing at Rick Federici, but I want to know this. So let's say you enjoy a margarita with tequila, or you're doing rum and orange juice and with a little splash of whatever else you want in there.
Yeah.
So there's definitely sugar in all this.
Just do the shot. Keep the sweet stuff on the side.
That's funny. I'm curious to know the
like
progress you've had as far as the, trying to do the physical activity. Do you notice that that's key to keeping you on track, or has it really been the food that you've been focusing more on?
No, it's definitely the exercise. Absolutely. I have to do both. I can't do one. If I was just doing the food, I can do that. However, there is not as much body change. I mean, things on me are shifting. It's like,
Right.
they're getting a little smaller and tighter, and there's curves where there used to be bigger curves, and and I don't have any problem. We at work are able to take 20 to 30 minutes a day. That's in our policy to
That's so
exercise,
nice.
so that we can stay fit. So I do that, and then when we talked on email, there is a video game, which I'm not a big video game fan, but there is one with a fit board, and you have to work out, and as you work out, you unlock more and more and more different exercises, yoga poses, strength training, aerobics, and I do that every night with my family. So I do 30 minutes in the afternoon, and then I do 20 at night with my family.
That's
Because
great.
Wow.
my son needs to do his center of balance because he's doing martial arts, and his center of balance is off. I mean, he just falls down as he's walking. He's 7. He just falls
Right.
over.
He's learning. He's
So
finding that balance.
That's my excuse for him to do it, and we do it together.
That's nice.
And so I'm doing almost an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
A
That
day?
is fantastic.
That's
Yeah,
great.
30.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. Gosh, I feel like
do you
I
feel like really
have-
guilty there?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being honest.
I really need to, but again, it's inspiring and motivating to me to listen to you guys be so dedicated. It makes me feel like I can do this.
But I don't have as many kids.
Oh,
I don't
still,
have
though,
as many
everybody is-
obligations.
I'm not as dedicated as Jackie is, so I'm not doing the hour a day. I'm lucky to get that 20 minutes in
Okay.
a day. Sometimes 25, 30 if I can really eke
Yeah.
that out. But that time is precious.
why don't you just be?
Unless I want to not sleep, there's just not a whole lot of extra time in the day.
Yeah, and I'm not a real early, like Rick, I would
not
never be able to get up real early and go, ooh, I'm going to do this now. No. The minute I get up, I am like struggling to not make a peep so I don't have the kids up. You know what I mean? It's enough to take care of the dogs. I definitely don't want the kids up early, so I could never work out in the morning. That would
I'm
never
right
be
with
me.
you.
Can you imagine 2:00 in AM in the Federici household?
Yeah.
It's party
Laughing
happening
and,
there.
"Woo, where's the coffee? Let's
on,
go,
that's
everybody. Let's
it.
go. Let's go."
I love
Well,
it.
let me tell you. Sometimes I'll give you a great example. This morning, it was about 2, and I think I did about 5 hours of sleep-ish. But I got up and I ironed my clothes. I went down and I'm very focused on this 15 minutes on the bike thing
Yeah.
because any more for me, it's just different for me. I like it. I do it because I keep hearing these two in my head.
Yes.
I gave you the 20.
I know.
So Norm and I try to walk together with the dog for that 20 minutes or
Yeah.
outside. Like I said, we did the
Yeah.
double 20 minutes or whatever. I like that. I don't mind walking on the elliptical. A lot of that stuff, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
The treadmill is very boring to me because
Yeah.
you're just
Amen.
walking. Even if you put it on an incline and I don't, TV, you could do this. I could talk, but if this is me, I'm like on the phone with somebody going, yeah, so what's going on? And
Yeah.
it's like you kind of feel weird, creepy. Like, what are you doing?
Creepy.
You
That's
know, like,
funny.
what are you doing, Rick? It's like nothing. I'm just walking.
Walking out. I'm working out. Walking.
So
yeah.
the bike is very like the wind's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the wind in our place in the basement. That's where I have it in my former studio. The bike's
Right.
in there and that's cool. But I truly do the 15 minutes, and I do that about 3 times a week.
So you do that in the morning, though?
I usually do it in the morning for
Do
me
you?
personally.
Yeah.
There are times too, and I go back and forth on this one too because I make a lot of noise and I get really upset. I'll jump rope.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the jump rope for me, I used to be quick.
Yeah.
But if you do, I try to do 100 total. So I'll do
Wow.
30. And then if I get caught up on our ceilings are 9 foot
Yeah.
in the basement, but you're still, that's still not a lot. Cause you're like,
Yeah,
picture
right.
that, you're
Right.
jumping. So that's the problem for me. But I have to be funny. Dwayne's laughing over here because I do make a lot of noise, and I will literally hear the house is pure quiet. And either my wife who wakes up super early or my kids will go, Dad!
That is funny. That is funny.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm making a little bit of noise, but they all do their workouts at their certain time. Norma religiously does her workouts 3 times a week. pre-work on her elliptical.
In the
She
morning.
loves her elliptical.
Yeah,
and we have a
that's nice.
Bowflex in the basement. As you
Anything
can tell,
that really-
I use it, ladies.
Anything that I think that you can stick
a
to
coat
is
hanger for me.
perfect. So I mean, anything that you're finding that works. That's why I'm just curious because I want to know, something different to try. I do have the Fit board.
And that thing is fabulous.
Explain this. What is this?
It goes to the Wii. Okay, and my kids have always used it. Like, it's fun. They have competitions. There's like a hula hoop game. It's really about balance and stuff. And where your feet are, you can find. It'll light up to know if you're standing correctly or moving correctly where your balance is.
So you stand on it.
You stand
Right.
on it. It's this
Right.
little board that you, a fit board. So we do have one, and there are other workouts you can buy for it. I tried a Jillian Michaels one once that just like killed me.
no.
She's too.
Oh my
hardcore.
God.
I just use. Oh, she's. Yeah.
She's like, I scary hardcore. I'm
no.
trying it, thinking
She's really
I'll watch her instead.
military like.
I'll just sit here and watch her go for it. She's really good at it. But no, the board is really good. And for the center of balance, it's interesting you bring that up with the martial arts. I had never thought of that, but it is really good. They say stand on your right foot and try to keep the light on, it shows you where your balance is and where you maybe struggle, or maybe you hold yourself, which is really good to point out, in your back or your hips. It'll say stand on the board with your arms out, and it will show you put more weight on your right or your left. Like, it's really fascinating like that. I have never, it's not something I consistently have ever done. So, I mean, I think that might be that's a good point.
And
since I have it already.
It weighs you every time you're on there. You take a
Maybe
body
that's why
test.
I didn't like
it. weighs
it.
you.
Maybe that's why I stay off of it. I don't know.
Does that glass of wine throw you off in one hand?
Yeah,
or the other?
you need one in each arm. That's the key. One in each hand.
Yeah, and it weighs you. It gives you your body mass index, and it does that every day. So every day. Oops, I went. Now, Daniel will say, "I just ate. That's why it's bigger."
Yeah.
I'll say, "We'll use that." But I mean, we can have fun with it together,
Right.
and I can actually still be doing things like I do the run.
Yeah.
And it's different levels of running, and now I'm up to like 6 minutes of a solid run.
It's
Wow.
funny because it puts a little cartoon you up there. It's called your me.
Yeah.
You get to kind of like put how you look. It's funny.
Yeah.
You'll see my me jogging, and I'll go, oh, look, I'm passing one of the kids because their little me's are up there too. It's just funny. It's like a little cartoon. It is fun though and engaging, and I guess maybe I should incorporate that in the next 2 weeks a little bit more.
Yeah, it is fun.
It is
and,
fun.
And you can do it with your family, and that's something that, okay, you got your 20 minutes in because it counts.
It does count.
Video game or no, I'm off that thing sweating.
Yeah.
I'm doing yoga, and my trainer will be saying, "You're a little shaky." I'm like,
Yes.
"I am."
It's crazy that it knows that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is very weird. But, I mean, video games have really come a long way, especially for children that game a lot, want to just play games. It's
Exactly.
nice that it have something that could be a little more interactive. So that's good. Good for all of us, I suppose. Maybe I'll pull that Wii board out tonight. I might give that a shot.
Dwayne, what are you doing for your exercise portion of your day? Just to kind of recap.
Try
I'm
anything
strictly on
different?
the elliptical. Yeah, I haven't. I need to take another. I need to
Is
introduce.
that the one where you're, like that's one my wife likes, where you're back and forth?
Yeah,
and
and it's
everything.
It's a pre-core machine. You can raise it and lower
Yes.
it, and it's intense, and I absolutely love it. And you can do some upper body workout with the arms. And I need to take the next step. I need to start introducing some weight resistance training.
I have to tell you, we had discussed 2 weeks ago when you were here about yoga, and you had said that, is there one for a man? It's funny. I actually did a little research, and there is
Alright.
yoga for a man. It's called Broga. Which I think is funny. That was the brand. So the little bit that it would let me preview and stuff is
For those of you out there that are Metro, it's called
Yes.
geared.
Broga.
Yeah, it's geared for men, which I found interesting. That I didn't realize that mattered either way. But it seemed to be what it would let me preview was a little more intense than like the Rick and I had both watched yoga that was a man before and was so boring.
It was
just
really
like-
boring.
It's like a really snoozer. I mean, for me, fine. It's nice to stretch maybe before bed, but it was way too. It wasn't a work. It didn't feel like a workout. But this it appears to be. So it might be something you might want to look
I'll
into.
check it out. Yeah.
I thought it was
I want to
funny,
be
and I
known as
thought
Bendy Wendy.
it's just funny. I thought I needed to make sure I told you that. So I know
Dwayne
you were
shaking his head,
interested in that.
Federici, stop it.
So yeah, it looks good. I'd be interested to see. if you like it or not.
You know you're doing good in yoga because my daughters, even to this day, who are in competitive cheerleading, your daughters in cheerleading, you know how this competitive cheerleading, where these women and men
Yeah.
are so, they're just limber, for lack of a better word. They're
flexible,
able
right.
to do stuff, I almost say contortionist wise, but they literally still to this day, at 18 and 22, can literally pick their legs straight up and because they're constantly, they work out and they do
Right.
stuff. But I think that's awesome.
It is.
I think it's
great.
awesome.
The more limber you are, the more you use those muscles. I mean, it's better for your bones. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
overall, you're talking long term. So it definitely is. And just to do little things and then stretch, I find, wow, I have not stretched in a while. That hurts. You know what I mean? And think that's.
Do you? Can we go around the room? Jackie? Do you stretch before you work out and do your stuff? Just curious.
No.
Jenny?
Depending on what I'm doing, yes. Now, I worked on Saturday. We worked probably a 10-hour stint in a concession stand for the boys' regionals.
Oh my gosh.
And Sunday, the day after, I had to go back and found that I had to stretch in places where I hadn't had to stretch for a while.
Yeah.
So, you find that soreness when you're not using muscles. Wow, was a difference for me. Now, my husband, I can't speak for him, but I know that for me personally, specifically my legs and my arms were pretty bad. I expected my back to hurt, but that I must have been lifting properly. So
Well, that's good news.
that was great for me to not have that pain. But yeah, I mean, just that extra stretching afterwards was huge for me.
How about you, Dwayne?
I do after. I
After?
just to stop that lactic acid buildup. So it's
Kind of a nice cool down too.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I like to. It feels good afterwards. I've never really stretched before. Even if we're going to go out on the road, like a little walk with little spurts of jog, like this pole to that pole kind of thing, I'll stretch my legs a little tiny bit, but I feel much better to stretch afterwards. I feel like it's just it feels better afterwards, and is a great way to cool down. I do.
Well,
like
the
that.
funny thing that I have found with the bike riding and even riding the stationary bike stop sale this weekend in Michigan City, Indiana, huge one all day. I found that my knees, for whatever weird reason, my knees are the ones that are affected. And I also find in church, and this you guys are going to laugh, but I kneel. It drives me nuts for those that go to church and those that use kneeling as a part of their celebration of church and worship. So many people like kneel, but then they put their butts back on the pew. It's like, guys, come on, you're all young, even if you're older. But I find that my knees these days, especially the older churches that you go to, if I'm staying in town or whatever, some of the older churches, like, oh my gosh, it kills me. So I have to lift up one of my knees, but I kneel straight up, but I like kneel and then do the other one. But
Yeah,
it happened to me
you're
again this weekend. I was like
alternating
alternating knee boy. But I do insane. I have to definitely stretch for me personally.
stretch.
That's why I like if I jump rope or I do
Yeah.
other things. That's for me. It's perfect.
Well, it already warms those muscles up.
You're doing one of these. You're
Yeah.
doing the big windmills. That's great. But then
funny.
you're doing that where you're touching your feet. The back thing
Really
is
does. It does wonders.
I've
depending
noticed
on your activity.
the shoveling, the snow, and different things. I
Yeah.
literally will do stuff before I even think about picking up a shovel because if you've ever thrown out your back or had to be rushed to the emergency room as I raised my hand, that happened to me a couple times in my
Really?
life. Oh, wicked! Where I
That's
was
terrible.
crying like a little baby.
In pain.
And they literally lift me and put me into a car.
Oh, my
Because I couldn't get
goodness.
up. I was lifting my DJ speakers, for a gig,
Yeah.
gig. And I lifted it. It was like, I just felt it. I just dropped back. I was
Yeah,
like, oh.
obviously then stretching for you is a
Yeah.
must. There'd be no
Yeah.
way you could really get away from it.
They say you're supposed to stretch.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's great. I'm curious to know, you said you tried these stuff, Jackie. You did these veggie stuffed portobello mushrooms on YoungerLife.org, the recipes. This is something I really wanted to make. So they
Delicious.
sound amazing. And nutritionally they look pretty well-rounded. So I definitely am curious. There's so many good recipes on there. It's exciting to know. She's made more of them than we have.
I know.
Listen to-
She's really putting us to shame.
I know. I'm like, I need to
that's-
step it up for the next 2 weeks.
It may not have happened if we weren't in Lent. We were in Lent, so it worked
Hey,
out. It
everything
was
happens
Friday.
for a
What are we
reason.
gonna
It's
eat
good.
for dinner? And that's what we did.
The salmon patties and stuff. Yeah. Wow. There's just so many great recipes. I'm flipping through them thinking, I should have eaten breakfast this morning other than coffee. So.
Well, that's why you have tuna for breakfast.
Yeah,
Tuna and,
yeah.
And I was a little skeptical of the homemade sour cream.
Right.
I thought, cottage cheese and milk, it just can't happen. But after you do, and I actually had to squeeze more of the the liquid out of the cottage cheese and just let it drain.
Yeah.
It whipped right up like sour cream.
Really?
It tastes wonderful. Yeah.
That is fascinating. I know when
Yeah.
I tried that vegan sour cream, I was really
Disappointed.
no. I was very hesitant. I'm not a huge fan of sour cream. I mean, I don't. Of course, if it's in things, I eat it, but I wouldn't. I don't dip stuff in it typically at home. But so she said, taste it. I was like, oh no, I have a bad gag reflex. I definitely don't want to do that on here. But it actually, I was impressed at how similar like sour cream. It really was like sour cream. So I didn't realize it would be that simple to make up a healthier version at home, non-vegan. You know.
And I have a magic bullet, so
Yeah.
I just dumped it in there and turned it on and gave it a few minutes. I did it this morning so everything would be fresh. And,
Yeah.
you know, then I woke my husband up and said, I know you're getting up soon. And it was like 6 a.m. and he said, not for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Will you slice some peppers for me? I got to get this done. So he helped with it. And he was surprised as well because, you know, sour cream is fine for him. We don't need to substitute anything. But, you know, now he will.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. I know a little bit on the medical aspect. I know Dr. Leva could not join us today, you know, being the health coach, but she's going to shoot to try to join us via Skype every other week when we kind of check in with one another. And she does really stress working with your doctor on trying to just track your own progress as far as health and stuff. Obviously, we know, Dwayne, you've been doing that. You were just there. That's great. Do either of you ladies, do you have a family doctor? Do you need... I know the hospital said we can help guide you to pick out a different doctor if you don't have a doctor, you know, if you're looking for one. I know that they're interested in that in case Dr. Leva continues to work with us. She definitely would like to have the possibility to touch base with your doctor. That's what she does as a health coach anyways. Do you both have a doctor?
I need to get a family doctor.
And I'm in the process of changing. So
Okay.
I've actually found one that I want to be in his practice.
Okay.
So I'm going to go that direction.
Okay,
Nice.
great,
Very
good deal.
good.
Well, can we make that maybe a goal for the next 2 weeks? Obviously, Dwayne has a doctor, touches base with his doctor already, to at least maybe have
I have
an
multiple
idea set
doctors
up.
in my life.
You know, I know
not
that they
there
want to
yet.
set up the heart carts and stuff too, but I
Sure,
know
right,
that is,
right.
they definitely want you to have a doctor just in case any other issues come up, especially with Dr. Leva. You know, she tries to keep her advice so general just because she doesn't know history, stuff like that. That's why
Sure.
she really would like us to make sure that we already see our own. I know for my own self personally, our doctor, you know, we very seldom go to the doctor, thank God, but he actually is not doing private practice anymore.
Oh.
He went to straight ER. So I said, we have to find a doctor too. I mean, my children have a pediatrician, so we
Right.
just don't, you know, my husband and
Right.
I don't typically,
So what happens if you need a doctor?
well.
Don't
if
you
we-
get a checkup every 6 months?
No,
What?
like never.
That's like wait, everybody gave me a weird look. Hold on.
You go every
Not
6
every
months.
6 months.
Well, I have to because of my heart and because I have to
Oh.
have the freckles on my body checked for cancer.
Yeah.
But I do that as a part of my normal.
general,
So
like
when I
your
go there, I
general
have
physician.
my blood pressure checked. I have
Yeah.
my levels checked, my cholesterol checked in my body. You know, just for me, it's more
Mm-hmm.
peace of mind because cancer runs in my family really bad, and you know,
Mm-hmm. You're
what I'm
staying
saying?
up
For
on
me-
it as much
for
as
me
you can.
personally.
And that makes great sense. We typically do not, my husband and I don't even typically have a year checkup. You know, if there's something wrong, like we get sick and we think it's strep or the kids have had strep throat, I would go, you know, there's minute clinics now you can go to, which I know, I mean, I realize it's
Urgent
certainly
care.
not, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
and you hate to
Yeah.
do that. Or after hours care, you know, it's just those for non-emergent kind of
Right.
things. That's what we would do if we think it's desperate enough to actually need a doctor. Otherwise, our doctor had just, it's been not quite a year since he left private practice. So, and there are other physicians there. We just haven't seen one. So they still have all our records. But I would definitely think it's a goal of our own. I'd like to get us back in. I know when we got, you know, we did our heart carts, our cholesterol, both of us, was a little elevated. So, not
I
terrible.
forgot to ask.
I don't have the
young
rest of the results
Mary.
yet, but our glucose was great.
Awesome.
But
That's
our
great.
and the little printout that they do,
I love that
right
stuff.
then, which is really nice. But our triglycerides and our cholesterol were both a little elevated, and our HDL, which you want high, was low. So, like, well, we're a little backwards, but we'll get there.
That's
Well-
hard. To keep the HDL elevated is
Yes.
difficult on a fat-free diet. I mean, it's
Right.
it's difficult.
It is. I mean, we were just a little high, nothing terrible, but it's certainly something I've been trying to read up on some, ways. My family prefers, I don't drink a lot of milk, but my family prefers like whole milk. So I said, okay, well, we're going to at least go down to 2%. I know a lot of people are like, yuck, whole milk, but my kids and my husband, that's what they love. So we're going down to 2%.
You guys drink milk?
No, we
Anybody
are
in here?
skim milk in our
Are
house.
you really?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I can't,
Yeah, my
I can't
wife
even
will not.
tolerate like
It's like
1%,
water.
Is skim the one that
2%.
tastes-
I'm like, ugh.
Is skim the one that's
like
like
water.
the watery?
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
wife will only do that. Carly cannot do any milk. She's lactose intolerant.
Okay.
So I've gotten her to try some of those other products out there.
Yeah.
and she's okay.
We've
but
had
she-
soy milk. We
soy.
tried soy milk,
We did as well. It
and
didn't go over so well in my
Yeah,
house.
same
And
with
with
ours.
almond.
we found
Almond
on
milk.
cereal
That's what I use.
specifically,
You do?
Yeah.
they
All
didn't
almond,
notice
yeah.
as much. The kids.
You're all almond?
That's
It's a little-
no dairy. Yeah.
So do you drink
Oh,
coffee?
you do no dairy?
I don't no coffee.
No coffee.
caffeine.
Jackie, are you milk or
We do 1% at our house.
1%? This is 5 different people. This is unreal to me.
Well, and it's
Like, everybody's
nice to
got
know
something different.
how
It's
everybody
great.
does it. Yeah.
I agree.
So that was the only change so far I made as far as knowing that cholesterol was a little high. Say, okay, we're going to go down to 2% for sure. It's better for dad. You know what I mean? I
Right,
said, I don't drink a lot of milk of any sort, but we did try soy, and I noticed the kids had less reaction if it was on cereal. They tended to not notice as much on cereal.
What
So-
type of cereal allowing them to eat, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh no, we have a wide variety. So they of course would love just nothing but sugary cereal if
Of
we could
course.
get away with it. So we do buy some of that sometimes. A lot of times like the really crappy ones like I'm a cat. I don't know if I can call out actually any brands, but like say Captain Crunch and stuff like
Sure,
that.
sure. Well, those are,
that
yeah.
if they like those, they're
Pretty
higher
obvious
in
on those.
sugar. So that's a snack at our house. They can have that if they want, but that's a snack only. Otherwise, they like Life, like regular Life. They love Life. We love Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios
And-
is huge in our house.
Yeah,
too.
and plain
Huge.
Cheerios, Special K with
Huge in our
berries.
house.
We love that. Of course, they love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Again, I try to gear that a little more towards snake. And now, you read the ingredients, it's not terrible, but the sugar's high in that.
Sugar is
Way
way high. Yeah.
So yeah, that's like it's more of a snack. Dry too. They love it dry. And
I'm a
that's
dry kid,
perfect.
too.
So, but like for breakfast, we try with like the Cheerios and a banana. We just hack up bananas, and that's kind of a typical breakfast if we're not having oatmeal or something else.
Dwayne's shaking his head over here at us, and why are you doing that, young man?
Dry cereal.
No, not for breakfast,
Absolutely.
like as a snack though. My kids love that.
I'll tell you a great example, and I brought today a mixture of, and I'm a Honey Nut Cheerios kid. I love
Yeah.
it, but I mix it with the regular. So I'll go half and half if I have a bowl full of
Oh.
that. But I have Honey Nut Cheerios, Kellogg's Protein, and they have the Kellogg's Chocolatey Delight, which there's little
We haven't
pieces of
tried that
chocolate.
one yet.
Tried
yeah.
that.
And it's actually good. But here's where I want to talk to the label queens, those two ladies that we were chatting about.
Our
because
dietitians,
I would
right.
love to cut out the side of the box and say, okay, we'll have one bowl of this. Like my wife won't have anything but the Kellogg's Protein, but I'll mix 3 cereals together with a little bit of 2% milk. And that's what I like doing. You guys are laughing at me.
I'm laughing because I can just see my kids doing that.
That's me. I'm a little kid.
When it comes to that, it'd be great to have our dietitians on maybe next
Yeah.
time in 2 weeks when you guys come back because
Maybe we
dude,
could do an
there's such
extended show, a couple
wealth of
hours.
information too. They have so much. Obviously, Dwayne, you are hardcore about doing your research. I think that's fantastic. When you're making your own stuff, and I know the cauliflower thing. I had someone comment on that.
Chia seeds. That's what I have for cereal.
You eat that by what I've been adding that in my kids' stuff.
And we don't
sometimes.
even eat cereal.
I make it into a
we don't know.
pudding.
No. Mm-mm. We have
No
my
cereal.
son doesn't like cereal.
Oh.
So he has usually yogurt and fruit. And
Yeah.
That's what he
I
has.
don't remember the last time I had cereal.
Really?
It's got to be 20 years.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness. We
Even
love
It's a
it.
staple in our house.
I
We
know,
couldn't
I
survive
mean,
I had
without
some
it.
on
I
my way
know.
into work. It was dry. I was like
Yeah.
eating, finished my rosary, got on the phone, and I was just yum, 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 and eating,
Yeah.
and I just ate not all of it. I ate about a quarter of what I brought, which is only about, as you would say, a couple fingers full.
Yeah, well-
couple fingers.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a high carb food cereal.
But
Oh,
is
yeah.
that okay? So when we say high carb, is that bad?
Well, it is
For our
it's
households,
diabetic.
it
It is diabetic because
diabetics.
that will
For my household,
raise
it
the
is. So.
glucose.
So is that why I'm putting on a little bit of weight in the stomach area?
No.
Actually, yes.
Is it?
Okay.
From what I've read, sugar content will add belly
does,
fat.
it does.
Oh, sugar. I thought you meant
Sugar,
the.
yes.
I
Sugar,
was
but the
thinking,
carbs,
right.
I was-
depending on how they
Carbs
process
Well, the
is
it.
carbs
just-
slash cereal slash sugar
Yeah.
slash. That's what I'm saying. And then Ryan Beth the other day, he's down like 21 pounds. Our guy that's producing the
know.
show, he said that he has stopped all coffee because coffee's supposed to be bad for the waistline. I'm like, what?
Coffee, please. That is okay. The creamer you put in your coffee, I am. That's my
Okay.
like biggest weakness. I have to ask you, Jackie. You know, reducing your own sugar intake. I mean, Jenny. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Did you put creamer in your coffee?
I don't drink coffee. I drink tea.
Oh.
But I am one of those people who's like, oh, I put like some tea with my sugar today.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And so did you reduce
I've-
that?
Yeah, drastically, and actually went to stevia instead of sugar.
Okay, you're stevia gal. Okay.
Yeah, I
And
could.
Are you stevia
That's
too?
all I use.
Doesn't
is stevia.
taste the exact same, but
Yeah.
it still tastes the bitterness of the tea because I like black tea.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that with a little bit of milk and I'm good. But
Cold or hot?
Depends on the day. Usually hot. Even if
Okay.
it's like 80, I'm still
Jackie, what about you?
Diet Pepsi girl all the way. That's one thing I noticed when I journaled. I didn't drink any water, to be honest.
Really,
That
that's a
was a
good
So
point.
now I started that. That was for me. Luckily, in my Beatles gear, I got a big cup.
Thank you, Jenny.
Yeah, that was.
I
sweet.
love her. I love you guys. They came bearing gifts. They're actually following the course. What's wrong
They're
with
doing
us?
great. I know.
Dwayne, Jenny, and
Well-
Jackie are like shaking their heads.
You
These
know,
two.
I'm not just doing this for a couple of weeks.
Right.
So
Right.
I need to follow the course to see
Absolutely.
how it's going to go. I even took the doctor's advice, and I didn't write, what I like about eating because
We
it's
like
food.
it.
The
It's
boom,
food.
yeah, it's food. But why I eat.
Yeah.
So
Right.
then if I see some of that going on, I try to consciously say, okay, you're bored. That's why you're about to put this in your mouth. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Go do a load of laundry. Not
Right.
as fun as the
Right.
Girl Scout cookies, but
Right.
I'm not.
Some of those things though are so dangerous. You have any of that stuff around? You know what I'm saying?
I'm screwed.
Oh, you're in trouble.
I
Just
have.
donate
I have a
them.
niece
Buy
that's
'em
a
and
Girl
donate
Scout.
'em.
Donate them.
Thumbs
Look at
up.
Dwayne. Donate them.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
nice.
come on,
Yes,
come on now. I
yeah.
did buy some, but I incorporated
don't
that
make
in
it
my
into your
calorie
house-
count.
that's right.
So
Are you sticking to a calorie count?
I am sticking to
Okay.
again using another tool.
Yes.
I'm using this.
Yes.
And you can do a meal plan.
Yes.
And I did a meal plan and I put in what my goal was
Mm-hmm.
as far as what I wanted to weigh, what I weigh now, and how much I want to lose per week.
Mm-hmm.
And it tells me. I can type my food in. As I eat it, it tells me how many calories I have for the day, how many I have left, how many I wore off that I can bank back
Mm-hmm.
in again, and exactly what I have to do to lose that 2 pounds every week.
You know what? We are totally, I didn't even realize this. We're having so much fun. We're literally at the back 40 seconds of the
goodness.
show, but I want to
Wow.
try this. So,
This
Okay.
is for you to keep.
well, does everybody want to
Well,
try
I
it?
think we should try it. I think we should go ahead and try it. And I think 2 more weeks, guys. Is that good?
2 weeks?
2 more Mondays.
2 more weeks.
Mondays, and maybe
Yeah, that's
Dr. Level
fine.
will be able to join us. And I'll see about the dietitians. I think that would be a great addition. Just again, maybe they could recommend some snacks. And when we're talking about the sugar and the, cereals, even. I mean, maybe they could give us some other ideas that we don't have.
So, are we going to try this next time? Or are we going to try this later on? Or are we going to try it right now?
What?
You guys, your stuff right here.
Oh, you
now.
go ahead and
Now,
try it right
now.
Let's
No,
try it
no.
now. That's a great idea.
All right.
And, but I am going to run. I tried it this morning, so
Okay.
I have to run and do
Thank
my
you for all the
thing.
gifts.
Thank
You're
you.
wonderful.
Thank you
Let's
so much.
try
I'm going
this.
to try
You're
this
welcome.
tonight. I'm going to
You'll
use
love
this
it.
to make dinner.
Me
Yes.
too.
Love it.
Okay, are you guys taking
And
off?
then, just you can bring this snack next time.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
containers right there.
Fantastic.
I love you.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll try it.
See you in 2
Aside,
weeks.
the
We'll
full
jump into
presidential
CBS
election
News,
are
AM
in play this
1420
week in the
WIMS, Michigan
primaries,
City,
Florida
Gerard
and
Company. Bye, Mary
Ohio.
Anthony.
Ted
Have a
Cruz
good
on the
day.
stump this morning in Illinois is trying to position himself as the best Republican alternative to Donald Trump.
A vote for John Kasich or a vote for Marco Rubio is a vote that's thrown away.
In Florida, as we